what is going on, guys? It is Cali Q here, and in today's video, yes, I'm going to speak on the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond mod by the man Maximilian. Now, first of all, before I even get into this video, the footage that I recorded for this game or this mod was corrupted, and I'll be real with you guys, I did not feel like making more footage, so we will be just having the menus play in the background alongside the trailer that Maximilian himself also put out. So today's video is going to be more of a discussion video about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond, somewhat of a review, and whether or not if I like this mod or not, or is it worth it for you to invest now into MVCI. Now, a quick backstory. Everyone and their mama do not like MVCI. No. Okay. The real truth is MVCI failed to live up to the expectations of its amazing predecessors, being all the way back from Marvel Superheroes to Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and definitely, in my opinion, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because Infinite had a modern template to draw from, and it drew from it in the most mundane, boring, and bland way possible. Enter Maximilian. Maximilian and his team of amazing artists, modders, and everything in between. Really shout out to this team. They worked for 8 months on this project. They're not getting any compensation for it. They're not getting paid for it. Capcom, as far as I'm aware, they are aware of this whole entire situation. There's no money being made from this at all. So if you want to go support MVCI and the Maximilian team initiative, then I do recommend Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond. Now, as far as my thoughts on the meat of the game, man, Maximilian and the team has done an incredible job getting callbacks from the Marvel culture, getting callbacks to the lineage of MVC as a whole. And if this was the game that initially came out, rather than the game that we got, man, the whole entire Infinite situation would be infinitely different. Do you guys like how I did that? In my opinion, Maximilian and the team, they are part of the culture. We are the culture. They understand the MVC culture, which is why this game looks a lot better now. It looks more in tune with what we had initially expected when Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite first came out. Now, I know what you're probably hearing my video for. You just want to see a review. And for me, I did get my hands on the mod. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the new 2v2 mode that they implemented in there as well. Looking at the game is a much better joy and experience now. It feels like this game is a long lost entry in the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise. Finally, it finally feels up to speed, and I quite enjoy some of the balance changes that they put in as well. Now, you're probably really wondering, should I go pay the $8 or the $12 on Steam because Marvel Infinite is on sale right now? I would say I think this mod is enough for you to at least experience a modern MVC. And that's weird for me to say because I still think MVC3 is absolutely phenomenal, and you can go buy that for just around the same price. But I would say Infinite was the latest entry in the series, and it was the latest of our beloved franchise, and it was the most modern version of the game that we have to date. And Maximilian and the team has managed to bring Infinite up to Marvel vs. Capcom standards with some cool alternate costumes, with some cool additions to the gameplay and gameplay updates and like that. And there's some characters in here that you can't play with in MVC3, like Monster Hunter and Black Panther and Jada and Venom. All of these cool characters, they're not present in MVC3, unfortunately, and they were in this game, but this game was just so bad that it was hard to even want to buy the game for those awesome characters as well. One thing I do want to talk about is definitely the stages. The stages are just ultimate callbacks to all of our Marvel vs. Capcom history, from MVC1 with Onslaught in the background to the MVC2 training stage. I mean, it's just a beautiful callback with all the MVC memorabilia on the screens and things like that. I mean, the attention to detail in this mod is absolutely phenomenal. I can feel the love and the passion and the heart that Max and his team put into this game. Now, for my real, honest, raw thoughts and opinions, I do think it's worth giving the game a shot. Am I saying that everyone should run out and buy Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? No. because ultimately the bones of this game, or the bones of what you did not like about this game, is still present in this game, even with this new coat of paint. Even with this new coat of paint and this brand new mod, it doesn't take away the fact that this is still Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. If Infinite wasn't your jam in the first place, I really don't see how this mod would completely change your mind. You would have already had to accept Infinite as it is, get this mod, and then it can somewhat enhance that experience for you. Because at the end of the day, I played it around for a couple hours, about 10 hours, 12 hours, and I do enjoy it. The love and work that they've put into this mod is just incredible. But at the end of the day, it's still Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And if I had to be unbiased and completely honest about the work that they've done and how this game is as of now, this game is finally maybe a 7.5. It's finally an 8 out of 10. I don't think it can go any higher than that. I still think Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite still has a lot of issues, but Maximilian and his team takes a game that's a 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, and they managed to bring it to a 7, 7.5 out of 10, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is being really generous. To me, it's still about a 7.5 out of 10. Not Maximilian and his team's efforts, but just the game itself. Infinite is still Infinite, and I don't see a tremendous boost coming. One cool thing that could be happening, I guess, is that Capcom are experiencing some uptake in sales and users playing the game a little bit more on Steam because this mod enticed them to want to go check it out. But what do I think about this for the future of modding? Does this give the people, the players, does it give more options? Does this create a bigger hassle for companies going forward into the future? Because the amount of work that Maximilian and his team did in 8 months, if the MVC team would have just taken this, I mean, we wouldn't even have to go through this right now, but this proves to me the power of the players. This proved to me the skilled people out there who can make these sort of things happen. So will we be seeing more Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond type mods in the future for other games? Because this shows when the players and the people have spoken, the culture will speak. We will find a way to get what we want. So maybe this will give Capcom the awareness that they need to make a true MVC game, or maybe this may have bigger implications for the future when it comes to modding, man. I'm also really curious about Capcom's total opinion of this. Like, obviously Max is not getting paid for it, but I'm just wondering about the legality of this whole thing. But it's happening. Max checked his boxes, I'm aware, and it's happening. So yeah, if I had to give this mod a review score, I would say 7.5 for me. But I could easily see this enhancing people's enjoyment of the game. The work that they put in, the love that they put in, the craft that they put in, this lies more on Capcom's original game than it does Maximilian and his team's amazing efforts. So shout out to Max, man. Shout out to every person who worked 8 months tirelessly on this project. It's completely free. Go over to Max page and check it out. This is huge for the MVC community, and I feel like this shows the power of what we can do as a community. And again, Maximilian, man, salute out to you. Amazing project, amazing effort. Marvel, baby. We are back. Yeah, go check the mod out. Peace.